Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a collective reading because today is the Astrological New Year, also the day of the equinox. So for the Northern Hemisphere, it's the spring equinox, and here in the Southern Hemisphere is the fall equinox. So yeah, because it's a collective reading, I'm doing it with my big combined deck of tarot cards and astrological oracle cards. So you'll see both of them in the reading today. And I have to say that I'm surprised by the clarity and just the fact that this message today is so straightforward, because I feel like there is a lot of openness. There is a lot of willingness to receive, willingness to be a clear channel. And because it's for the collective, I am very glad to say that it's not just an individual thing. It's not just something that is happening because you're special. It's not because of that. It's because as a collective, we are taking on the responsibility, or maybe the this approach to things, especially to in regards to like knowledge and wisdom and spirituality, perhaps with humility, because we're taking on this Page of Swords. And it's fascinating because this card came up yesterday in the Cancer reading, and it was talking about taking that approach because Cancer was being so humble to accept things, not just as they were, but allowing the hardship to become light as air, light as a feather. This is, and it's interesting because in the extended for Cancer, I was talking about how the extended was also a very potent collective message, although it was for Cancer. But here today, we do have the collective reading. So I do feel like there is this connection between yesterday's reading and today's reading. And because we are opening up, this new cycle, this new year, the astrological new year, with the entrance of the sun in the sign of Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. It's interesting because it's talking about opening a new cycle, opening a new season, opening a new year, and opening our minds, opening our consciousness, our awareness, because this was talking about just being receptive to knowledge, right? It was talking about being a clear channel because of our humility, because of our humble approach to learning, right? It's like just taking this approach, taking the responsibility of accepting that there are so many things still to learn. It's like we are going to receive what we are able to kind of like process in our minds, but fuel our soul, because the Three of Wands is talking about this fuel, it's this energy, right? And the Three of Wands talks about, receiving already, right? Starting to see the signs of the manifestation coming in, right? The ships coming in. But it's because we are all willing to receive. So I don't feel like there is anxiety. There is curiosity, right? Because to me, this Page of Swords often comes with this curiosity, like wanting to know more, wanting to investigate what is this thing that is coming through. But because the Three of Wands is still very energetic, and if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see that there is another three, which is a little bit more concrete, right? That is right underneath it, the Three of Pentacles. So, and yesterday it was all about the number three also, right? The co-creation coming from the number three, and here it is. But this co-creation, it's more like it's not the thing itself or the materialization of whatever it is that this humble mind is ready to receive. It's more this impulse, is more the desire. It's like the energy, right? Is the fuel. And when this word came through, right, fuel, this card jumped out. And I love when the cards do this because it's just so literal sometimes, right? I was going to say the car, but the chariot, right? The chariot, which represents, this vehicle that needs fuel, needs energy. And it feels like in order for like this information to be processed, it's almost like it needs movement. It's like you need to use it somehow to move you or to take you somewhere, right? Because whatever it is that is fueling you or us, it's something that it's almost like it requires the time of the journey to be processed, right? Because it's almost like the type of information or it's almost like what is the word, it's like decoding the message, right? It takes time, but it also, in this case, it takes movement, right? It's like the time of the journey or the duration of the trip, or the time that you're going to spend moving from one thing to the next, or from one place to the other, right? Or maybe just pacing. I'm not seeing necessarily like you're pacing around in one place. I do feel like this represents like movement, going somewhere specific. And this somewhere specific might be an actual place, because it is the entire scenario that I'm seeing here. Actually, it's giving me like this very precise image of a stage where your place is being signaled by the star. So it's like heading towards the star, moving towards the star. And the star has so much in it today, because yes, it's talking about you being the star, but it's also you going to this spot that is going to highlight your star qualities, your star characteristics, your star abilities, right? But it's also talking about abilities. It's almost like narrowing down, right? The moment that you get there, because you do have enough fuel, you do have enough, it's almost like willpower, right? Because you've seen the first signs, and the first signs are moving you. So this is the first impulse, right? The impulse to move, to like take the time that you need while you are on your way to the star to process the information. It's almost like you're not it's almost like it's going to come in a very symbolic way, right? Maybe in a very energetic way that requires a little bit time to process, because it's on the way to the star that the message it's going to start making sense. Maybe that's not the best way to describe it. It's like it starts to reveal itself, right? Because it's this the brightness of the star, right? The brightness of the star is actually it's all at once, right? That's what I'm trying to explain here. It's like it's all at once. The moment that we arrive in this spot that has, what I'm seeing is like a stage where instead of the X that marks your spot, it's like there is a star, right? So it's like that you have found the place, that you have arrived where you're going because of a star. So maybe that is relevant for you. Maybe that is relevant because it's part of this message that is, slowly but surely being unpacked. So the more it starts to make sense, the more you are connecting with this symbol of the star, whatever that means for you, whatever that is. Maybe it's, an actual person, it's an actual star. Maybe, I'm just thinking about the Walk of Fame, right? In LA, in Hollywood, those stars, or maybe like, the stars in the sky. Maybe there is, this star alignment, some sort of connection directly to this figure, to this symbol of the star. But the moment that you arrive, that's when it starts shining, or that's when it starts blossoming, because the way that it's like the way that it's beaming its soft light is with healing. So the specific ability that requires this travel time, right, this journey to the star, is like it's the moment that you arrive there, you will know. It's almost like it will be maybe instinctive because of this fuel, right? It's like this is your instinct to move, but it's also the instinct to get to the spot that you will recognize because of the symbol, and because of that you will know what you will have, like what you will have to perform, right? It wants to be almost like a performance, or it could be like a talent show, because this is how I'm being presented with. But I feel like it's, perhaps just a metaphor, or maybe in your case it's not going to be a talent show. But because I'm not seeing it as something that is superficial or that is shallow, the type of ability that you're going to perform, that you're going to demonstrate your capacity, it's going to be thanks to the clear channel that you are willing to become, right? So it's almost like here, it's the humble student that is opening your antenna in a sense, right? With curiosity and also with desire to learn more, this curiosity that is being sparked. But the moment that you get there, right? It's like after the journey takes you to where you need to be because of the star alignment or whatever that means, you will recognize your spot. And the moment that you take that spot, that's when you will know that it's like what you have to do, what you have to say, what you have to execute, right? What you have to vibrate. Maybe it's not doing anything. Maybe it's just concentrating and being the channel, right? So that the stars, right? It's like this higher energy can be channeled, can be translated or communicated. So the ability, this specific ability, has to do with healing. So that is what is highlighted. It's not, whatever is your understanding of going towards the star, right? Maybe it's success, maybe it's a person, maybe it's an opportunity. But I feel like the bottom line of what you're going to discover, like by unpacking the information that you're willing to receive, has to do with healing. And it's not just healing for yourself, because I feel like it's wanting to be like this personal healing. So maybe this fear of exposing your abilities, or maybe exposing that you don't know that much, right? That you're just a student. But being a humble student is exactly what led you to be the star, to become the star, to channel the star, to heal like a star, right? And that is your job in a sense, right? Is to take that place, take that spot, and be the channel. It's like I'm seeing like this spotlight that is entering your crown chakra, and it's like it's you, right? It's like you are the vehicle, right? That's the reason why maybe this journey is significant as well. It's like you have to, it's almost like the journey is going to highlight the vehicle that you are, right? It's almost like perfecting, not perfecting, but it's like it's teaching you, right? It's part of the lesson. It's part of the things that you are learning about you, or how you move, or how you are moved by things that you know that are going to make sense the moment that you take your spot. And the moment that you take the spot, I feel like there is an audience. It's not a large audience. That's the reason why I'm saying it's like a very small and selected like group of people, right? Because it's the Three of Pentacles. So with this energy, this fuel, what started as this impulse to move in the direction so that you could take this spot of the star, you will know how to perform this healing in a way that you will feel, the others will feel. Just a second, sorry. So going back to the Three of Pentacles, the reason why this performance, this healing performance, is so powerful, is so solid, is because it is the manifestation of the signs that you have received, that you were willing and open to receiving. So the impulse, it's only going to be manifested or materialized or becoming real in a way that it's not just perceivable or noticed by you, right? It's like you're this one here taking your spot on this, under this star spotlight, whatever that means. But these two, it's like it's okay. So what I'm hearing right now is like they're willing participants, but their role, in a sense, it's like your role is to perform, right? Is to, and it's now coming through as like the healing can come through like artistic abilities, right? So it's like singing or dancing or, you know, just like in a talent show, but it's not, it has like these deeper layers of star quality, right? It's like, because you know that it's not, it's like you're being the channel, you're being the one who receives, right? So it's like something that is crossing through you, it's just coming through you, right? So you know the deeper layers. Perhaps these ones who are watching, or who are, you know, being this panel of judges, or the ones who are going to evaluate your performance or receive your performance, maybe this is like you being the healer, right? And these are the patients, or these are the ones who need healing, right? But these ones, I feel like they are not aware of the depth of this, or maybe the origin of this. And it's not that they have to know. I don't feel like it's just a matter of them feeling it, and feeling in a very sensorial level, in a very tactile level. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like in the level of the skin, right? The level of the flesh. It's like they need to be moved by your vehicle, right? It's like your body is your vehicle that is going to take you to the right spot so that you can perform something that it's going to be felt in a very it's like in a very vivid way, right? In a very it's like unmistakable way, right? These people are going to like feel on their skin. It's like their hairs are going to stand up, right? It's like, you know, the shivers are going to come through in a way that is undeniable. The power of what you are channeling, right? What you are conveying, what you are translating. But there is this interesting thing that I feel like it's not something that you are aware of. You are aware of these ones because this is kind of like it resembles the vision that you had with the Three of Wands. So if this was the energetics, if this was the impulse, the fuel that moved you to take that spot and to just materialize, you know, whatever this vision was or is, you only see so far until this moment. It's like, I don't feel like the rest of the cards is, you know, something that you're privy to, because it's almost like, remember when I was talking about like you are open and willing to receive, but you're going to receive like in the right amount or the right proportion. It's like the quantity or the quality or the depth of information that you're able to hold, right? To take you to the right place, or take you to where you need to be to perform this, right? Whatever type of performance it is, or whatever type of healing it is. So you see until here, right? This is as far as you can see. But in the audience, and I feel like this is not something that you need to be, it's almost like it's coming through as a bonus, especially because it's coming through as the Astrological Oracle card coming from Jupiter. And Jupiter here is presenting as the number 4, right? This is the message, the main message that is coming through here, because here we have 3, right? But then there is this 4th character that I feel like it's not that they are hiding. It's almost like that they know they have such a big presence, right? Talking about Jupiter, it's like, it's the expansiveness. It's like this growth. It is large. It is big. It's not something that it's like, because you have only seen so far until this 3 of Pentacles, which is manageable for somebody that is still learning, right? And is, you know, healing your own fear of exposure perhaps, or performing healing in this way, right? Because it feels like grand. It feels grand in terms of depth, grand in terms of the profound sensation of healing that is going to be felt by you and those who are there in front of you, right? Who you are, it's like who you are like seeing. It's like they are the ones that you expected in a sense, or that you anticipated to find, right? Because it's the materialization of the 3 of Wands. But this other it's almost like they are coming from a different realm, right? It's almost like they, maybe it's spirit, right? Maybe, but I don't feel like, I feel like it could be, but I do feel like it's maybe like this, it's like this powerful figure. I was going to say authority figure, but they don't seem like authority. They feel, it's almost like they are the evolution of this humble student, but one that has the capacity to make things grow, right? Because it's Jupiter, but it's the fourth component, or the fourth person, the fourth member of this panel of judges, right? It's like there is, you know, if there is like this small group and these are the ones that you can see, this one, they're not visible straight away because they are separate in a sense, but they are part of the crew, part of the group. Whether they are an actual person or not, I do feel like they are going to reveal themselves, because remember when I was talking about you taking your spot, right, under the spotlight? You taking the spot under the spotlight and performing this healing artistic ability of yours. Something that I feel like you haven't done yet, right? That's the thing. You haven't done that, because at the same time that you are offering the healing because you're channeling it, it's also being absorbed by you, because it's healing your own fear of being under the spotlight, under, you know, this starlight. It's wanting to be described like that. So this one, it's almost like they know how it feels like to be under the spotlight, right? It's almost like they carry that spotlight with them. They are a big presence. So they are not there in the room, but they are watching, right? They are the fourth element, the fourth presence. So they are observing as well, but they don't want to take your light or your, it's like you are being highlighted when you take this spot, right? If they were here in the room, it's almost like they would be another fleshlight. They would be another focus of attention. So they choose to remove themselves, but they are here, right? They are coming from another realm, another deck in a sense. So they are coming from another realm, but they are interested. It's almost like they want to see how you do what you do, right? How you use this vehicle to perform such healing, such channeling. It's like whatever you received, it's almost like they are interested in how that growth spurt happened along the way, right? Because it's like you have been processing, you have been digesting the information on your way to the star. So it's almost like they are interested in learning with you or from you how you have grown so much and how you are now using that, how you are now executing that, right? Because if it is tangible for those who are here, it's almost like, okay, so now it's time for them to be visible, for them to show up, for them to make their presence known and to chat with you, right? Because we have the Temperance. And it's funny because when I was shuffling this card, it almost turned up, and actually it turned, when I saw it, it was after this fuel came through, but it didn't, jump out of the deck. So I saw it, but I respected it. And now ending this part of the reading with the Temperance, which to me is this sharing of the knowledge, I feel like the beauty of this, it's actually coming from this Jupiter mastery figure, like this big figure, because it's like they know how to be this steady cup, right? It's like they know how to receive. It's almost like they've been where you are right now, right? In this very open, humble position. So the one who is sharing, it's almost like they're offering you a moment to have a one-on-one conversation, because it's almost like these ones were not the facade for this one, but they were minimizing the shine that this one has, so that you didn't feel too overwhelmed to take your own spot under this spotlight, right? And be the star. Because if they are bringing this temperance, it's almost like they're interested in sharing with you, but from the realm of the major arcana, right? Or even from another realm. That's the feeling that I have, because it's almost like from the page to the major arcana, it's like you have developed your vehicle in such a way that it's so powerful that they're interested in learning how you did that, right? So it's like they're interested in chatting with you. It's like they have this interest, this real interest in learning from you, because they are, even though they are already very big, it's almost like they are still very open and very humble to continuously learn, right? It's like they truly are interested in learning. They are the steady cup. This is how I'm seeing it. It's like this is their cup, right? This is your cup. Because I feel like what you're going to share with them, it's almost like, oh, but I didn't see you. I had no idea that you were behind this. I had no idea that your energy was here. But, it's almost like you're so happy. It's almost like you're amazed by what you performed. So you're just spilling, right? It's almost like it really doesn't matter if it was this figure or if it was somebody else. It's like you're just happy. You're just, sharing your joy of discovering that you can channel the star, that you can channel this healing, right? So they are there. It's like they're ready to receive whatever you are ready to offer. It's like in a very natural way, in a very harmonious way, right? It's like, even though they feel like somebody that is already, way ahead of you, maybe they have developed already and grown in their own way, they are willing to learn from you, right? So I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go. Who is this star? Who is this Jupiter? And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.